I'm Myki Meeks. I worked incredibly hard to get to this position. I'm turning that volume all the way up, and I'm about to prove to these girls you messed with the wrong one.
Welcome back to Work Room Weekly. I'm Brian.
And I'm Jason.
And this episode is sponsored by Reali-Tea.
Oh, girl,
No, it's
please.
not. No, it's
Yuck.
not.
Nasty.
I'm glad that nonsense is behind us.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, we'll get into it, but I hope I never have to see this damn system ever again. I mean, I know we'll see it in the next season, but like, it's just like the gift that never gives.
But episode 7, season 18, they brought out the binder just to stir more shit.
I know.
Queens. I really... You know, I hate Reali-Tea. It's not nice. It's not fair.
Yeah, I just no thank you. No thank you. But
I think it's fair to say the only queen that likes Reali-Tea is Athena.
yeah, because she got rigomoris up to the top through it, and everyone else hates her because of it. But so this episode was following Sierra's elimination, which now that I've sat with it for a week, I'm like, man, Reali-Tea really screwed this queen over. I mean, her and Myki like should not have been in the bottom. Like,
No.
I don't think so. There are other queens that I thought performed a little less talented than these two, and it's sad because we lost Sierra as a result of it. And because of this, you know, we go back into the workroom and the girls are kind of debriefing, and Myki's talking about the toll it's kind of taken on her. She's like, you know, am I delusional? Like, I thought I did really well.
Does everyone hate me?
Yeah, like said her ego was bruised, and like I can see why. I mean, like we said it last week, like the performance was not bottom worthy.
I would say she was stronger than Darlene, whom I love.
Yes.
And she did sort of a quirky bit, you know, and it just, I think it really stung that she was the bottom queen.
Yeah. So she really goes into this episode saying, you know, she's got a fire under her ass. I mean, she's been like the mayor of Safetown this entire season. She has not placed high or low. So I think it was interesting seeing that. And then you've also got someone like Jane, who, you know, was lip syncing for the win in this, got edged out by Athena, saying she's also feeling a bit confused.
She keeps reaching for the brass ring and almost getting a win and getting there. But to me, the only front runner of this whole cast is Jane at this point.
Yeah.
So she doesn't see what we're seeing watching the edit and everything like that.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, it was just like there was so much talk about like this being very sneaky, you know, the Reali-Tea, some people being honest. Obviously, there was alliances, like, you know, we saw like Mia with Kenya, Vito with Discord. It's just all too much. It's all too much. And like, I don't want to think about this process ever again.
And also, there was also some of the queens were voicing how it seemed like from group 1 to group 2, the rules of the alliances were sort of played differently. And we talked about that the past 2 weeks, you know, that it didn't seem like all the queens stuck to their alliances.
Yeah.
It might have bumped someone up one spot or down a spot, but otherwise it seemed like people were playing 2 different games.
Exactly. And you already mentioned, but the next day when they come into the workroom, they get to see the Reali-Tea receipts in the binder.
I would have thrown that right in the trash.
Really? You're not the kid who's like sees something and you're like, I have to know what it is. Like, I feel like you gotta know. But it's also like, what point is this gonna serve? Like, what it's gonna? Okay, maybe shove fire up your ass, you know, for someone like Myki. But it's like, what's done is done. Who's gone is gone. Like, whatever.
What was interesting to me, I think it was Kenya. She was placed 1 through 6 differently by every queen.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that goes to show you that her personality was swaying the vote heavily.
Yeah, but after we get through the binder, luckily we are done with that and we're on to this next episode, which the Maxi Challenge is something I bet you're very excited for because you love a political ad challenge.
Well, Slajan Royale did it the best.
I know.
They did the, you know, snatch game, political snatch game, and I thought that was so fun.
Yes. So here, the girls are going to be working in pairs, and they must produce and star in political ads that parody some of today's biggest issues. You know, this was really fun. So one thing that I loved is how the girls were paired. You know, our good friend Bruno comes out in his most wonderful grinder briefs.
Yeah, sponsored by Grindr now.
I know.
I will say the black and gold didn't allow as much pleasure to the eye.
Correct. It
No
was
offense to Grindr, we'd love a sponsor. We also are black and gold around here, but you didn't see as much VPL as you normally do.
Exactly. So the girls had to, he comes out with a bag of Brazilian nuts, and the girls have to reach into his sack to find the similarly colored nut as their partner. This is something out of Slasion Royale. Like, this level of innuendos is something we were seeing only in the Philippines.
And of course, the subtext is Bruno is Brazilian.
Yes, yeah. So through this, we see that the partnerships are Vita and Darlene, Jane and Kenya, Mia and Juicy, Myki and Athena, and Nene and Discord. So we had some pairings, like we had Mia and Juicy, who were paired in one together last week. So, interesting pairings going into this.
Yeah, and coming off of the Rated Queen, there's I ranked that queen a little bit low, and now we're paired together.
Yeah.
But I think they're all professionals. It doesn't seem we don't have any mistresses this season.
Yeah. I think they
casting
can get along.
evil spells.
No. So then, after they have their pairings, they have to then pick their propositions. First up, we had Prop C. This was Jane and Kenya, and they wanted to advocate for adding the letter C to the LGBTQ acronym for clown. What were your thoughts on this? The Bianca Del Rio representation of it all.
I thought they were both so funny in this, and of course it played right into Jane's strengths.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, Jane, where did you come up with this clown outfit? She's like, I had it in my trunk the whole time.
Yeah.
But, it's also felt like an homage to, some of Jimbo, and some of these other clowns. I was like, she looked like Thorgy Thor.
Thorgy, yes.
Thorgy Thor.
Yeah.
I was like, well, she looks just like Thorgy Thor with the hair and the nose. So I thought this was so funny, and just Jane is never misses.
Yeah.
Every gag hit.
Yeah.
It was true laughs.
She's such a strong character actor. Like, you give her a role to step into, and she can fully bring that to life and personify it. And this is we saw it in the Rock Challenge. We saw it in the, RDR Live. We're seeing it now. Like, she just completely transforms and is so masterful to watch, which is so cool. And then you have someone like Kenya's strengths lie in herself being able to come through the character, the Kenya-isms of it all, the personality. So for that, I think this was a challenge where it really allowed that to be up to her benefit. She didn't really have to disappear into a role. It was just, you had to be Kenya, be the fun-loving, boisterous person that we love, and just allow that to shine. And I think that made for a really great pairing.
Absolutely. She was so funny. One of the judges did say, I wish your character had wanted it more, had a little bit more drive underneath it all, and that's where the subtlety of the acting really comes through.
Yeah. So then next up, we had Prop Double D's. This was Juicy and Mia. They wanted to make padding, tits, and lace fronts mandatory for all drag queens.
I mean, this is a big issue because we know Juicy doesn't wear any padding.
Doesn't do many of these things. Yes.
And she wore basically nothing for this political ad. I mean, she looked like she's supposed to be playing this kind of environmentalist, Greta Thunberg type, and she had these sort of nerd Velma from Scooby-Doo glasses. I think this was a flop for me. Yeah, it just wasn't funny, and they just didn't take the opportunity to, you give a dog a bone, grab that bone, Yeah. And it just wasn't. It felt like they just got a little lost in it.
I know. And same with Mia. She was really gunning for this. This was the only category that there was really any fighting over when the girls had to pick their propositions. So Mia was like, I'm the big girl. I'm the only girl who packed a double D breastplate in this whole cast. Let me do this proposition. So she, was really fighting tooth and nail. And then when it came to bringing it to life, she did the Mias that we, the Mia of it all that we love to see, but they were saying, we could have seen it just go a little further, a little more characterization. It wasn't at a 10. I feel like we needed to go a little further.
Yeah, when the concept is already so goofy, it's like double D's.
Yeah,
you gotta surpass it.
Balls to the wall. So then next up we had Prop For Real. This was with Darlene and Vita. They wanted to ban social media and look queens.
Right. And at first Darlene did not want this one, but it turns out Darlene from Indianapolis, Iowa, Nebraska. Darlene was actually perfect for this because she's a bedroom queen. And with her boyfriend, they create these amazing looks online and on Instagram. And Darlene crushed it.
Yeah.
I honestly I thought she's going to win. She took Michelle's notes so well to kind of add a little Jennifer Coolidge to this. Her look was already that kind of, Legally Blonde character, little trashy, little, trampy. And I thought she was so funny in this.
Yeah.
I was at the Darlene show.
Yeah, this character was just so fun to watch. You know, this was just seeing the way that Darlene was able to bring it to life and just really kind of let loose. You know, we know that Darlene can be this happy, fun, go lucky gal, you know, in and out of drag, but to see her really step into this character specifically was just so awesome. Like, I would go see this as a drag performance.
Absolutely.
Like, this was just
one woman show.
Yeah.
Darlene in her bedroom.
Yeah.
Which makes the Vita side of it.
Yeah.
Just Darlene's having a blast, and Vita just, you could tell, was not having fun. I mean, even the moment during the rehearsals or the taping where she was like, what's B-roll?
Yeah.
I mean, she was just not in a good place.
Yeah. There was a lot of confusion that we saw in the filming of this, and then even in the final edit, you know, and I don't know, you know, Vita is so talented, but then, and she has the personality. Like, Vita is so magnetic, you know, but then to see her have to, like, she was kind of playing herself. She was playing like this very like pageanty woman. And, you know, I thought that would be like an easy role for her to kind of slip into, but it kind of got lost. And it's hard when you have someone who is so clear in their vision, like Darlene, that you're paired up against. It just makes your performance that much more, you know, looked at under a microscope, which is hard.
I know 2 weeks in a row, Vita's not bringing the comedy.
No. So
She seemed like she was just getting a little lost, getting into her own head or something.
yeah. And then next up we had prop 6969, which opposed all relations with foreign men. This is with Myki
Foreign
and
trade.
Athena.
This is a riff on the tariffs.
Oh yeah, foreign trade. Sorry, foreign trade. This was with Myki and Athena. First off, Myki looked gorgeous in this. I loved this wig on her. I mean, I
mean Stephanie Miller?
like, just
What a great name.
dude, awesome.
We all went to
Like,
high school with a Stephanie Miller.
yeah. She, you know, Myki, she had her revenge shirt on in the workroom. She said she was coming guns blazing to this challenge, and she absolutely did.
This was the best duo, and I think maybe they had the best script as well.
Yeah.
But, you know, I think Athena was also so funny. I'm eating my words. Last week I was not happy to see Athena win, but she really came to play this week. She got that little confidence. They both were so funny.
Yeah, no, it was really great, and I'm so glad that Myki is finally getting her chance to shine. So I'm excited to see, now that she's got this fire, you know, ignited, what we're gonna see going forward.
And I think Athena, this is the kind of character you'd see on Veep.
Oh yeah,
You know,
yeah,
like some congresswoman from South Carolina comes in and Julia Louis-Dreyfus is like, no, bitch.
We love to see it. We love to see it. And then last prop we had was prop Kiki, which makes Kai Kais with drag queens illegal. This was with Nene and Discord. We got some hot makeout in this. Some hot makeout.
Was
sesh.
it hot? It was, I think,
when they were describing like Discord's dry tongue.
we need an intimacy coordinator on RuPaul's Drag Race. It was like they were pecking, and then there was like someone made the decision to do tongue.
Yeah.
But there was all tongue, no lip.
Yeah.
I would say if it was judged on kissing, they would have been in the bottom too. You know?
Yeah. I don't know, because Nene was she was struggling a little bit in rehearsal, and then she got into the final cut, and I think she was able to pull it off. Like, you know, it was passable. And then Discord, like, was this character a riff on Moira Rose from Schitt's Creek? Because she had like the black and white suit. She was doing this weird like whispering voice, and like
there was something
I didn't know
campy
what
from it. It was fun, and Rue loved it.
Yeah,
I didn't know the reference, but I was just glad to see a different side of Discord. You know, maybe their bit could have used a little of that affogato from Mikey's bit, just to lube them up a little bit.
Yeah. So I don't know, but those were our groups for this week. And then we went into our runway, which theme was I can see right through her.
No, right through her.
Oh, sorry. My bad.
I thought it was going to be a pun on top of a pun. It was just see through.
No, literally.
Right through ha.
Yeah, right through her. Who were your faves in this runway category?
I love this runway category. I thought everyone really crushed it, but my fave was Nene Coco once again. And just in time for Valentine's Day. It's like this red candy cellophane. I mean, she looks so cute in the wig reveal with the little blonde, you know, kitty cat wig.
Yeah. I mean, this is how you do branding. Like, you know, the incorporation of her name into the look. I mean, everywhere down to like on the trim of the skirt and the bustier to the shoes, the lollipop earrings, all had this very organic Nene branding. And I've said it before, she's just, you know, so detail oriented. And you could tell this look was no exception. I thought it was a really strong one. My favorite, I got to give it to Darlene. This Rocky Horror inspired outfit. I mean, she had like the Frankenfurter like makeup,
The stitching along the neck with the different colors was so great.
Was great. And just like the X-ray body, you know, kind of reminded me of like an Operation game.
I love that game growing up.
Yes, totally. And I don't know if you could see, but like you couldn't really see it on the main stage, but when she went and stood in the back of the stage, it was like light up. Like it was a light up suit, which was awesome.
But you know, my Operation board game didn't have boobs.
It didn't have double D's on it. Yeah. I don't know where she got that edition from like the Mia Star, you know, Toys R Us.
Honestly, I'm going to go and say it. Darlene might be robbed this week because just killed it in the challenge, killed it on the runway.
Yeah, this look was so fun. And, you know, Darlene is just bringing in an irreverence to this runway package that we love to see. She's gotten so much love on her last week's look online. Just fantastic. You know, she is just so cool. Anyone else that you had a love for?
I thought, you know, I agreed with the judges. I thought Juicy's look was Met Gala worthy. It was just really pretty. And I love the, you know, I just think it was a layer we haven't seen from Juicy, but you don't seem convinced. Maybe I'm just in the Valentine's mood. You're wearing a red coral sweater. We're feeling the pinks and the purples and the reds, but you're not feeling it.
I mean, when she rounded the corner and I like saw the silhouette and I saw everything, I was excited. I was really excited, mostly because I thought she was wearing a wig. I thought she finally had hair, but no, it was this tulle headpiece that was on the face kini that she wears on every runway. I mean, Juicy is just allergic to wearing wigs. It's funny that she was in this proposition where she had to like give wigs to everyone because she doesn't wear wigs. She only wears pussycat wigs and she wears, you know, then the face kinis, which I mean, I get it. Like when someone has a signature drag style, I'm not saying she needs to put on like a RuPaul style updo, but like give me like a 40-inch human hair wig. Like that would look so good on Juicy.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, it's gotten to a point where it's like, okay, every week I know what's going to be on the top half. So I don't know. That for me was just soured this look.
I mean, why be a drag queen if you're not going to wear a wig?
Give me a wig. Give me inches.
Fun.
Give me inches. In the words of T.S. Madison. So yeah, that was not my fave. But I will give a shout out for another look. I got to give it to Discord. You know, Discord she is a crafty queen and she makes most, if not all of her drag. And this look was so elevated and so beautiful. It was just very like crystallized fairy nymph. The headpiece was so beautiful. But I think this look specifically was the first one where I saw that her walk, I think actually was a detriment to the piece. I think the conversation with all of the Discord cam of it all, you know,
the Discord discourse, you know, it's funny in that, but like Ru has made the comment of like a walk can impact a look and how it's presented. And I think this was a look where it was so ethereal and it was so delicate where it could have benefited from just a poised, presented, straightforward walk. And it was funny because I was watching Naomi Smalls does breakdowns of this season, and she was talking about it with Sierra's runway when she did the Lady Gaga one of like they love to do these like ooky spooky like walks where it's like you're creeping down the runway. And I get it, there's like certain looks where that could benefit from, and I think Discord was doing that in this look, and it just wasn't the vibe. It wasn't the vibe. This look is arms
so
moving all over the place.
Yeah, we didn't need these like crazy kooky faces. I think just let the garment speak for itself. But aside from that, you know, when I was able to get past that, it was a really beautiful garment, which I thought was great.
Yeah. Can I also just say that Discord shared this incredible moving story about, you know, being, you know, essentially hate crimed by a roommate.
Yeah.
That destroyed 90% of their drag and original collection. And it was, you know, she said that this roommate had become politically radicalized.
Yeah.
And I thought that was a really kind of wild story to hear from someone, you know, they're talking about politics and how in the real world, you know, drag queens are are constantly the target of violence and crime when all they want to do is put on a damn good show and create art. And I just, I think we're seeing a new side of Discord, halfway through the season, and I'm here for it.
Yeah, really excited. Yeah, that was a really powerful moment because, all the queens were kind of sharing, Discord had an experience, Athena had an experience, Myki was kind of speaking up. We have all these Florida girls, and I think Florida has a reputation as a whole, but Myki, was kind of speaking to the other side of it and being like, there are great people in Florida, and there's great, queer communities in Florida.
Yeah, I don't want to move. I want to be here for the people who love drag.
Exactly.
And, Vita also spoke about being from Alabama, which she said it is not a good place for drag.
Yeah. No, I know. So really great to see that moment. But then we get our top 3 of the week, which are Jane, Myki, and Darlene.
This feels right.
I would agree. And the winner was Myki.
Justice is served.
Yes. I'm really happy. She was literally overcome with emotion in the confessionals now that she's finally feeling like she's getting the recognition that she has so long deserved.
Yeah, the judges said she was their favorite last week, and she was in the bottom. I mean, that is some high school shenanigans.
Yeah, so really happy that Myki is finally getting that win in her first top placement in the competition, which is really exciting. But with that, we did go to our bottoms, which our bottoms this week were Juicy and Vita. It feels right. Like we said, I think, Vita was just a little lost in the challenge, and Juicy just needed to amp it up
and
a
also,
little more.
Of all of Vita's looks, which have been one killer look after another, this was maybe the one that didn't show off her dressmaking skills as much.
Correct.
It looked like a Beyonce look, a lot of skin. But some of the clear parts of it didn't read on camera in that same way.
Correct.
So I think that also didn't. Normally, a look will
like
save,
we said,
will save Vita.
Yeah. So the girls had to go up in a lip sync. We knew with this Vita versus Juicy, I was like, you better give us a damn good song for these girls. And we got Houdini by Dua Lipa. Thank God. Yes, please. Oh my gosh. Literally, Juicy, within the first 3 seconds of this lip sync, she's already in her bra and panties. She's fully declothed. And I said, we're in for a freaking show. I never want to prey on the downfall of a queen, but if that means I get to see a Juicy lip sync every week, Juicy, you better get in the bottom and fight your way out. Yeah. Because that's what she did in this.
Throw another acting challenge at this girl.
Let's do more acting challenges for the rest of this. I mean, oh my goodness. We just got the signature Juicy experience.
The handstand into the split on the beat drop.
I know. I mean, this is like, they need to name that move after her. Like, this is like
incredible.
Only Juicy can do it. It is so spectacular. I've seen it multiple times, and every time I literally am mouth agape to it. I mean,
but I'm going to say this, even without the flips and the stunts, her lip sync was still incredible. Just the way she was holding her body, it kind of reminded me of a bit of like a Grecian statue, and Dua Lipa obviously is a fun artist to dance to, but there was a lot of just a lot of this, a lot of posing up. There was she was really embodying this cool character.
Yeah.
And I was gagged.
Well, that's the thing. And what's so great is she's not just a trick lip syncer, but she has the formal choreography background. Therefore, she incorporates a lot of those elements into her lip syncs. We see the pirouettes, so we see the voguing and the controlled hand movements.
During the bridge, it got kooky.
Exactly. I loved the bridge. The bridge was fantastic. And it's just it's a perfect blend, we get these trick queens, which are great to see. We love a dip, we love a split, but to be able to blend that all together is fantastic.
Wait, was Vita on the stage for this?
Oh no, girl, the shade button. Click the shade button.
I just don't remember.
Oh my gosh. I will say she put up a battle. She definitely held her own.
I would have walked off.
Girl, yes, I would have Ginny Lemoned my ass
all
the way back.
Make a viral moment and just leave.
Yes, literally. But because of that, Juicy did win the lip sync. Therefore, Vita Von Teese was eliminated, which is so sad because she's so talented. I mean, all these girls are, but the seamstress of the season,
the best looks, we're 7 episodes in, and she had hands down week after week the best looks.
Yeah, it's just it is a lost form to be able to craft your own outfits like that and to craft them so well. And Vita has consistently demonstrated that time and time again.
I wouldn't be surprised if some pop singers start calling her up and say, I need you to make me a tour outfit.
I mean, like the way that Utica made the transition to Project Runway, like that could be a route that Vita could explore. I mean, she clearly is able to put garments together, and that was some of the most exciting parts for me of watching her on the show, was seeing what she was going to create. So if she's able to find a medium where she can, express that, I'm absolutely all for it.
She's going to be booked and busy making dresses for every drag queen that does not have her skills.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
So we're loving, we give our love out to Vita as always. But yeah, on to episode 8. Oh my gosh. Now we're officially at the halfway mark. Yeah, I know we're counting it down. It's seeming like we're just endless drag race, but we're making progress, and the queens are showing up.
And we're already putting our little top 3, top 4 together in our heads.
I know. We're not going to say anything yet, but we'll keep our eye out. So stick here on Work Room Weekly, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.